This is Nick Baisley from FilmSnobbery Live, and today I am at the D.A.V.E. School here in Orlando, Florida, on the Universal Studios lot, and I'm here with
Steve Warner, Executive Director of the Digital Animation and Visual Effects School.
Now, Steve, what exactly does your job entail here at the school? Besides showing all of us around and doing the nice little tour that we just took here.
I oversee the curriculum for the school, the development of the school, and the direction for the school to ensure that we're meeting the needs of industry employers.
Now, how do you determine the curriculum in the school? Is it by industry needs, or is it by what really more so what the students need to go on to succeed in the industry?
It'd be a little bit of both. I come out of the industry myself as a computer graphics artist. 25 years of experience in the industry. I still continue to work for freelance clients around the world. So a lot of it is based upon what I know, but then I also pull our instructors who are coming out of the industry themselves, film, television, game studio. The instructors that we bring in have that experience, and they say, you know what, where I was working, we really needed these skills. They'll put that into their curriculum, and we'll run it through. One of the other things that we'll do is we'll sit down with major employers. So when an employer from a visual effects studio, such as Rhythm and Hues or Zoic or Digital Domain, comes to us and says, we really need this sort of skill set. We need these skills in order to hire artists. We'll bend our curriculum in any way necessary to make sure that those students are adequately prepared for the job force.
Yeah, you guys boast an 80% job placement rate for students here. Now, what makes the D.A.V.E. School, both to you and to students, so attractive in terms of digital animation? I mean, obviously, the location is great. You're here in the Universal Studio lots here in Florida, but why the D.A.V.E. School? What's the big pitch?
The big pitch for the D.A.V.E. School would be we are the world's leader in stereoscopic 3D visual effects and animation. That's the one thing that you can get here that you really can't get at other schools. Mm-hmm. Beyond that, we offer a very intensive 12-month program. In order to get the same level of education from other schools, it's usually a 2 to 4 year degree program that you have to go through. We're also one of the lowest price schools for what we're providing. So we don't like to think of ourselves as the low price leader. We like to think of ourselves in terms of our market advantage, which really is an intensive 12-month program in stereoscopic 3D visual effects. That said, we are actually a low price, so it works quite well.
It's not fast food, it's good food quickly.
That's exactly right.
Exactly. So you guys, we're here actually on your set right now. We're on a green screen set. Over there you have a whole motion capture studio.
That's correct.
You've shown us the labs where the students actually are learning and working with the instructors. When you are watching students as you're either instructing or as you're building the curriculum, what are some of the biggest questions that you're getting from students and people, and specifically incoming?
A lot of the students incoming, there's a little bit of education that we need to provide to them because students don't necessarily understand what visual effects are. Mm-hmm. They'll think in terms of special effects. Or if they think computer graphics, they think, I want to be an animator, but they have no concept or understanding of what it is that means. Mm-hmm. A lot of times students come in and just say, what can I do with a degree from this school or a certificate from this school? What can I go off and do? And so there's an educational process that we have to go through for the students so that they understand if you want to work in architectural visualization or military training and simulation, or if you want to work in video games, the skill set that you get here at the school is going to train you and prepare you for that type of job.
Now we're here at the Orlando Film Festival, and obviously there's a lot of independent filmmakers there. Lower budgets, not budgets like Avatar, or even
Sure.
TV shows like Chuck or Lost or anything. How can those filmmakers best take advantage of what the D.A.V.E. School has to offer?
Well, one of the nice things is we really love independent filmmakers. We really love creative concepts and ideas. Something that we can really get behind and then get involved with. We have independent filmmakers who've worked with us on student films in the past. Our program is really developed around a 9-month intensive training program and 3 months of finalizing production experience. In that last 3 months, they're working on a student production. It's usually a short film, roughly around the length of about 5 to 8 minutes long, sometimes fully animated, sometimes animated with live action composited in. And then sometimes mostly live action with visual effects. So in this, when we have filmmakers who come to us and say, I've got a great idea, such as Many Service, who came and said, I've got a fantastic idea, and I'd really like to go off and develop it into a feature, but I really need, because it's going to be all animated except for 2 actors, I really need some support on this. He came, he talked to us, we loved the idea, we got behind it and said, let's do it. And we put it in, and in a 3-month period of time, he's now off pitching this in Hollywood to directors and producers and financing companies, and it's all based upon the work that was done here at the D.A.V.E. School.
Now going back to real quick to the stereoscopic 3D, the stuff that you guys do here at the D.A.V.E. school. There are obviously a lot of people they either love 3D or there's the detractors that aren't too keen on it. What would you say to the people who aren't so keen on it to kind of bring them around, so to speak?
Sure. A lot of people in the early days of film complained as soon as the sound was introduced. They said it detracted from the story as soon as they heard sound. When color came in, you get the same thing. It was a gimmick. It's a gimmick. When surround sound was first developed, people said, "Oh, that's a nice gimmick," and then you try to put it into your home, and it's not really that important. And then all of a sudden, people realized that if you put a surround sound system into your home, it fundamentally changed the way that you perceive the movie. It changed the storytelling process. Stereoscopic 3D is falling into the same category. A lot of people would try to liken it to high def, but it's really not that. It's one part of the storytelling process, and really, at the end of the day, we all see in stereo anyway. We have two eyes. We're designed to see with depth and with stereoscopic vision. So adding this to the filmmaking process creates a more complete and whole movie, and it's something that we can utilize in the storytelling process.
Okay, is there one of the biggest complaints you get with stereoscopic 3D is the fact that you do have to wear the extra glasses and all that kind of stuff. Would you ever see a time where we'll be able to ditch the glasses and make it slightly more comfortable?
Sure. I think the biggest hurdle for people right now is the glasses. Now, what we're seeing here is a major shift in the industry, and it is a major shift. We're seeing studios developing 3D content in the films. We're seeing those turned around to 3D games that they're now being played on their PlayStations, and I believe even Nintendo has now released a stereoscopic 3D handheld portable game system. A report that I read about 2 weeks ago said that 80% of all gamers are completely fine wearing 3D glasses. That said, there's always going to be a segment of the population that says, I have to put glasses on in order to enjoy this content, and I don't fault them for that. Having talked to people who are heavily invested in this industry, the feeling is 5, maybe 10 years out, the technology will be there. And it's coming out right now. We actually purchased a small stereoscopic camera that allows you to see in stereo without the use of glasses. The problem is that technology right now requires a direct line of sight from the screen in order to work. So if you move that 45 degrees away from that screen, the effect falls apart. So what we need now is to develop the technology in order to make that happen. This will be an evolutionary process, but I believe firmly that it will come.
Now, it seems when you think of the D.A.V.E. school and students incoming and the productions that are incoming, working with students, all this kind of stuff, it seems like there's a lot of ingoing. What is the D.A.V.E. school doing to reach out? Is there any outreach that going on either in the industry to pull, to get students jobs or to get students to pull in students even? What is the D.A.V.E. school doing to kind of get their name out there?
Sure. We are active online on Facebook and Twitter and in MySpace. We have our website where we have a very active forum community with a lot of people who are now working in the industry participating in that. We go out to places like the Orlando Film Festival. We're working with independent filmmakers. We are working with people that we've met in Hollywood. We're talking with the major studios that are hiring our graduates. So across the board.
If it's for me, I'm in the shower.
We'll go ahead and silence that.
That's okay.
Apologize.
Don't worry about it. You didn't know.
So we're meeting with these people across the industry. We're talking to them about what type of students they want. In terms of the students themselves, we're reaching out across the social networks, across our website. We're doing advertising online. We're doing television advertising, print advertising, in trade journals and magazines. We go out to places like the Orlando Film Festival and meet independent filmmakers such as yourself. Across the board, we're trying to create a presence for our students, so that there's an awareness of what it is that we're doing, and it makes it easier for them to get jobs. Excellent.
And what's the website and the Twitter info? Let's throw it all out to the folks.
So the website is www.daveschool, D-A-V-E school.com, and you can also find us online on Facebook.
Excellent. And you said you're on Twitter too?
Twitter too as well.
Got to be on Twitter.
That's
Excellent.
right.
So thank you very much, Steve, for speaking with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And everyone out there on Film Snobbery Live, check out the D.A.V.E. School.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.